Did you know the real cost of AI is not in the model? Hi everyone, this is Munish, AI enthusiast. Today I want to talk about something almost nobody is discussing about. Everyone talks about AI models, the algorithms, the breakthroughs, and the amazing results. But almost no one talks about the megawatts behind them. Think about it. ChatGPT gives you an answer in seconds. Somewhere, a power plant is working overtime to make that possible. So, the real cost of AI is not in the model, it's in the infrastructure. Now, let's break this down and understand why I'm saying this through a few key segments. Segment 1, massive energy consumption. AI data centers are not the normal server rooms anymore. They are the huge facilities filled with thousands of powerful GPUs running day and night. All of these machines need a lot of electricity to work. In fact, some large data centers consume as much power as a small town. And when that much electricity is used in one place, the local power grids feel the pressure. Sometimes the government even needs to upgrade the grid to support these data centers. And that raises an important question. If the demand for electricity increases because of these facilities, who actually ends up paying for it? Is it a tech company or the people living in that region? Segment 2, water uses. Electricity is not only the resource involved. AI data centers also need cooling. These machines generate a lot of heat, and to keep them running safely, data centers use cooling systems. Many of these cooling systems use a large amount of water and its impact. In some regions, this can create a pressure on local water supplies. That means the same water may be needed for agriculture, for drinking, or for local communities. Most people don't think about AI data centers when they think about the water uses. But the reality is, large AI infrastructure can also impact the water resources. Segment 3, pollution and environmental impact. Another thing that many people don't see is the environmental side. Even when the companies use renewable energy, data centers still need backup system. These backup system generators often run on diesel fuel. And when the energy demands suddenly increases, the grid sometimes fall back on fossil fuel. So while AI is seen as a technology of the future, its infrastructure still has an environmental footprint today. Segment 4, land use and local impact. Large data centers need a lot of physical space. They are often built on big pieces of land that could otherwise be used for housing, parks, community development. During construction, they create jobs, which is good. But after they are built, the number of long-term jobs is usually quite limited. So communities sometimes provide land, tax incentives, and infrastructure support, but the long-term benefits for these local populations are not always very clear. Segment 5, who really benefits? Now let's be clear about something. Data centers are extremely important. They power cloud services, streaming platforms, financial systems, and of course the AI tools as well. Companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google run massive cloud infrastructure that entire digital world depend upon. But here's the thing. Most of the economic benefits from these data centers go to the global technology companies, infrastructure investors. Meanwhile, the local communities may deal with the higher energy demand, land use charges, and the environmental impact. So the benefits and the cost are not always distributed equally. Segment 6, bigger questions and the way forward. This conversation is not about being against AI. AI is incredibly powerful and will bring many benefits. But as this technology grows, we also need to ask some important questions. Where should data centers be built? Should they be closer to the renewable energy sources? Should they be in the region where water resources are stronger? And should there be a more transparency about how much energy and the water these facilities consume? These are the kind of infrastructure decisions that will shape the future of AI. And that's why the conversation about AI should not always focus on the models, algorithms, because behind every AI response, there is a massive physical infrastructure making it possible. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but my company just using AI APIs. Why should I care about data centers? That's a fair question. Even if you don't build AI model yourself, your business still depend upon that infrastructure, because the cost of your API is actually the cost of GPUs, electricity, and the cooling inside those data centers. If the energy price goes up, your AI bills goes up. If compute demand spikes, your API's latency increases. If the infrastructure becomes centralized, you become dependent on few hyperscale providers. So even the AI product companies that simply calls an API are indirectly tied to the economies of data centers, which means something interesting. The future probability of many AI products may not depend only on the better algorithms, it may depend upon who controls the compute infrastructure. Here are my final insights. If you are building an AI product today, don't just ask which model you are using, ask where the compute is coming from, how expensive it is, and who actually controls it. That's a high value takeaway for founders, builders, investors. And keep this in mind. The AI revolution is not just about the smarter models. It's also about the land, energy grids, water resources, and the capital allocation. The next decade won't just be defined by artificial intelligence, it will be defined by infrastructure intelligence.